this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and, well, looks like I guess it's quite clear that this is, of course, the final thoughts video that I would do for 2023 this year. And boy, what a ride it's been for sure, So, yeah, I guess it's quite clear, of course, that front. I guess seeing how 2023 is already coming to a close as we speak, I think it makes sense for me to make this the final thoughts video that I will do for this year for sure, right before 2024 will officially kick things off for sure, and yeah, I think it makes sense, of course, that front, and now normally I would probably, pretty much around this time, I would probably do my final thoughts video sometime earlier for sure, and just, well, pretty much put together a list of my favorite movies for each year out by New Year's Eve, with, of course, another list I'll do on some movies I'm excited to see for next year, right around the day after New Year's, but yeah, I'm already feeling very surprising yet shocked at the same time that that's really happening nowadays. I mean, come on, how hard is it gonna be for me to actually do that for sure? We seriously need to get that back for sure. It's worked well in the past for sure, but why aren't we doing it now for sure? That needs to come back, and I really mean it when I say it. But hey, I'm sure I'll get it all figured out later on for sure, just to ease things over for a bit. But for now, not to worry about a thing. I will do my list of my favorite movies for this year for sure. But I think it will, of course, be coming out sometime after New Year's for sure. While I'll do another list of course, on my the movies I'm excited to see for next year, the day after. So don't worry about a thing; those are still coming for sure. Excuse me with what's going on between me and my family as we speak. So, but enough about that for sure. Amongst other things going on between me and my family that either A, needs to be fixed, or B, I wish to have no involvement in whatsoever, or C, all of the above. Note that I did say all of the above, and to people saying none of the above, you have issues. So yeah, I think it makes sense, of course, that front for sure, but enough about me. So yeah, don't worry, those lists are coming for sure. I just need to get some things out of the way first beforehand, but don't worry, pretty much my favorite movies for each year pretty much be released on New Year's Eve. Those will come back eventually for sure, so yeah. But enough about me, on to today's thoughts video for sure. So yeah, I guess seeing how this is, of course, the final thoughts video that I will do for this year, I definitely need something to cap off this year, or should I say end this year, with the amount of movies I've actually seen for sure, particularly with, of course, well, a movie that will end things off with a bang for sure, and boy, with today's movie, that's exactly why Gaga for sure. I started off this year massively late with, of course, pretty much Megan, and yes, I did start off this year with, of course, Megan, which was a really great movie, and it definitely started this year off with a bang, and I'm not counting, of course, my second time seeing Avatar: The Way of Water, nor even the Whitney Houston biopic for sure, so yeah, I think you can pretty much get the idea, of course, that front for sure, so yeah. So yeah, I start off this year with a massive bang with Megan, and it looks like in regards to today's movie, I'm ending this year with a massive bang for sure, so yeah, I think it's pretty much why I can't see on that front. So yeah, I started this year with a massive bang, and I'm ending this year with a massive bang for sure, and I guess it's quite clear on, of course, pretty much what I'm talking about here today for sure. So yeah, with that being said, I think it's about time that we wrap up 2023 with, of course, today's movie I'm officially talking about here today, which is none other than The Color Purple. So yeah, that's of course what I'm going to be talking about here today is not only the latest film that just came out very recently, though I guess from the looks of it, it looks like it's the third movie that Warner Brothers has already released as of now. Wow, I guess first Wonka, then Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and now this? Wow. If I were to take Godzilla -1, The Boy and the Heron, and Migration out of the equation, seems like Warner Brothers is really dominating this month for sure. But yeah, regardless on that being the latest film that just came out, but if you are familiar, but in case you don't know what you're talking about, basically when I said The Color Purple, it is also the latest take on, of course, pretty much the original novel that it's based on, but moreover, it's also pretty much another take on, of course, the original Color Purple movie from 1985, but it's also an adaptation of course, the Broadway musical that is based on the movie. So yeah, you're definitely seeing it right here today. So yeah, that's what I can say for this latest interpretation of The Color Purple for sure. It is of course the latest movie based on a Broadway musical, based on a movie, based on a well-known novel. Well, if that's not the indication for something really great, I don't know what is. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright, so yeah, before I could go ahead and talk about this latest movie that just came out, I think it's quite fitting to give off, of course, what I personally think of The Color Purple for sure. And I'll be honest, during my time, I actually didn't know about The Color Purple for sure. Pretty much around the time it was Alga for sure, though I definitely know pretty much, if anything, I know nothing about the original book, hands down, nor did I see the original movie. However, when it comes to the original movie, I do know that it is, of course, directed by one of my favorite directors of all time when it comes to a film for sure, that being, of course, Steven Spielberg. So yeah, that's actually a bit of a nice bit of information for sure, and I'm really quite surprised that Spielberg actually directed the original Color Purple movie for sure, but honestly, I never saw it pretty much I never saw it when it was around for sure, but yeah, I think it'll be hard to say, of course, what I thought about it for sure, but hopefully later on, if I actually do pick up a copy of that same movie, I might actually give it a fair shot to actually see how it turned out for sure. Now, I guess, yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for pretty much the novel and the original movie for starters. Now, as for the Broadway musical that this film is also based on, I'll be honest, I never actually saw the original Broadway musical pretty much around that time as well for sure, but I imagine it's pretty much the exact same plot as the movie. However, if there's one thing that I actually do admire, and that's pretty much from what I can recall when I actually saw a performance of that during the Tony Awards one year, I do know it actually has really great music for sure, So yeah, I never actually saw The Color Purple musical in its entirety for sure, so I wouldn't know, of course, what I thought about it for sure, but hey, I do think, from what I actually heard so far, it actually does have some really good music for sure, So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, the color purple in its entirety. And if I would have actually delved into all of those, I think I would have given off a much different reaction for sure. But maybe I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure. So yeah. But I know when it comes to this latest interpretation for sure, when I saw the trailers, I actually got myself really excited for sure. Yeah, basically it's taking stuff from both the original film and the Broadway musical both at the same time, which I won't lie is actually a pretty interesting combination for sure. But it also works in a way to actually be its own thing and not have it be a remake of course, the original Color Purple movie. I know that's saying a whole lot, given, yeah, and if you have actually seen the first trailer for, of course, the upcoming movie adaptation of the Mean Girls musical, yeah, you know you're doing quite bad when the Color Purple is actually doing a much better job in selling to you a movie adaptation of the Broadway musical than what Mean Girls is actually giving us as we speak. Yeah. Would you really sell, of course, pretty much the Color Purple movie where it actually sells you pretty much an adaptation of the Broadway musical while also be its own take on the original film? Or pretty much the Mean Girls movie where, of course, yeah, the Mean Girls musical movie where when you actually saw the trailer you get less of the original musical and more of a remake of the original Mean Girls? But again, maybe I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure, but yeah, I rest my case for sure, but whatever the case, when I saw the trailers for, of course, pretty much this movie, I actually got myself really excited because, hey, I guess if anything, pretty much for one thing, I am open for, of course, a different take or, of course, a different version of course, the familiar story that we all know and love for sure, and not have it be a complete rehash of the original, and of course, for another thing, movies based on Broadway musicals can actually be very hard to handle for sure, or even difficult to actually make possible for sure. It can be quite hard to actually take a well-known musical on the New York stage with that actually played pretty much on Broadway every single night and make it sell to a movie-going audience for sure. Some actually did it quite well, others not so much, but hey, I digress for sure, but yeah. I guess whatever the case may be, I got really excited for, of course, this movie, just to see, of course, what it actually has to offer, and, well, I was lucky enough to see this movie with, of course, my mom, for sure, yeah, and we were lucky enough to do that, all thanks, once again, to Crown City Cinemas, as always. You guys rock. I always love coming back every single week, for sure, to catch the latest release, for sure, so... But whatever the case may be, I did manage to get myself in to actually see this movie for sure, and, well, since I got back from, of course, seeing it, a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I'm not gonna lie. I did say earlier that I actually started this year with a massive bang, and when I actually said that I was lucky enough to end this year with a massive bang, I really meant it for sure, because this movie really did end this year off with a massive bang for sure, so yeah. I guess from, of course, what I could gather, I really surprisingly enjoyed this movie for sure. Everything from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, it actually pretty much gave me exactly what I was hoping for, just pretty much a different take on the Color Purple story, but also having work well as a different interpretation of both the original movie and the Broadway musical of the same name, resulting in a really awesome combination that I really got myself into for sure. That's how great this movie is for sure. I'm really glad they finally accomplished that quite well. It is that good to me, so yeah. It's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Well, I guess I'm done with that, so time to make room for, of course, this one. Alright. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got the short version out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about with, of course, this film. For starters is, of course, the story, and well, if you have actually know the story of course, The Color Purple, you would definitely know how it actually goes for sure. Then, if not, then what are you doing here watching this video? Definitely go see the movie for yourself. Alright, we good? You finally saw it? Good, so yeah, I guess from what I can gather for sure, the story for, of course, this movie, honestly, I do think it actually is actually pretty straightforward and very easy to follow for sure. I really got a good grasp on, of course, what goes on with, of course, its story for sure, and it really does flow out in such a way that I really got myself investigating for sure. There was never one key moment where, of course, it's massively off for sure. No, they really kept it nice and flowing for sure that you can actually follow through to actually get yourself investigating for sure, and that's something I really do admire about this movie for sure. It really does know how to do exactly that for sure, and it really nailed it on the head flawlessly for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, the story for, of course, this movie. Now as for the writing, I have to say that too, I will admit, is actually very well crafted from, of course, what I can gather. I think literally from, of course, what I've actually seen, I do think this film really is written out quite well through its screenplay that I really got myself fully investigating, of course, for sure. And yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, there are a few parts again that are, of course, a little bit off in some areas, but I didn't mind it nonetheless. I do think it's guaranteed to give me a great time, and I'm glad it actually did for sure. Every single bit of dialogue to every single bit of scenes, and everything else from what I can gather, it is actually written quite well for sure that I really got myself investigating even more, So yeah, I think that's what I can say for, of course, the story and the writing for, of course, this movie. It is that great for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and move on to, well, the next things I need to talk about for sure, and that being, of course, the characters, and yeah, I think from what I can gather for sure, I really do admire the characters and, of course, this movie for sure. Each and every single one of them I've actually seen, whether it be the ones I like and the ones I didn't like, I do think they are actually very likable and interesting for sure, and plus I really do love the really great sense of development they've actually give to each and every single one of the characters for sure to actually make them flow out quite well for sure, and that's something I really do admire about this movie for sure. It really took its time to establish each character for sure, so that way with, of course, each and every single one of them that you get to know and recognize, you actually connect with them quite well for sure, so yeah, that's what I can say for, of course, the characters in, of course, this movie. Now, as, of course, for another aspect, those being the actors that came on board to play all these characters, that too I can actually praise this movie for. I really do love on how well casted this movie is for sure, and each and every single one of the actors that came on board to play all these characters, they really pulled off some really great performances in my opinion, and I really do admire, of course, the hard work and dedication they did to make pretty much to make this movie work, and I really do love their kind of a commitment for sure, and yeah. honestly, I think it really is something I couldn't get enough of for sure, and it really is something to really admire for sure. I really love, of course, what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the characters and the actors in, of course, this movie by far. So yeah. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Quite a whole lot for sure. So yeah, I guess for starters, I did mention earlier that it is, of course, based on the Broadway musical of the same name. So yeah, I guess the one thing when it comes to any movie musical, whether it be an original movie musical in its entirety or just an adaptation of a Broadway musical, there is, of course, one thing that comes into mind when you actually think about that for sure. That's right, the music and the songs for sure. So yeah, I guess that's one thing I actually can say about this movie. If there's one thing I actually really do admire for sure, I really love the music and the songs, and of course this movie for sure. Each and every single one of them, from what I've actually heard, they actually did give off a really good beat, and pretty much a good number of them has, of course, got your toes tapping perfectly for sure. So yeah, those kind of songs I have to say, yeah, I think they really did give off pretty much a little Motown feel when you actually hear it for yourself for sure, or maybe I think it's just me when I actually heard it for sure, but they are actually really great songs in my opinion, and it really is something I really couldn't get enough of for sure. Almost like pretty much of anything, those are the kind of songs that I can easily pretty much get up and dance to for sure, and I know. And I think that's, well, a lot of people think for sure. Hell, I dare even say that I might actually get the soundtrack for, of course, this movie for sure. That's how great it is for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I could say, of course, the music and the songs for sure. And not just that, pretty much when they actually pretty much incorporate all the songs in pretty much any good parts of the movie. Pretty much another thing that I can't actually say is that pretty much the choreography for each of the musical numbers, that I will have to say is actually brilliantly well done. I have to say, I really did get a full grip on, of course, pretty much each and every single dance move they've actually pulled off for sure, and yeah, pretty much of anything. I really love on how well choreographed this movie is for sure. It really is something that I really do admire for sure, and yeah, I think they really did pull that off quite well for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say for the choreography for sure. So yeah, and of course for its for the film's tone and pacing for sure. I'm not gonna lie, well, it's not that bad for sure. I mean, it's pretty much not the. Pretty much if anything, I really do love the way he actually tried to mix in some lighthearted, upbeat moments, but also incorporate some dark and heavy moments at the same time for sure, to which I guess tone-wise, it's not a bad combo for sure. In fact, I've actually seen plenty of movies actually did both of those aspects for their tones for sure, which also worked quite well for sure, and I guess for the case of this movie, well, it's not bad from what I could gather, but I don't think it's actually on the level of great for sure. And as for its pacing, I do think the film really did take its time for sure, especially with its near 2.5 hour running time for sure. Though I will say, as my only nitpick that I have to say, I do felt with its pacing, I do felt that some scenes are a little bit too slow for sure, and I just felt that maybe some parts of it could have been cut out for sure to save us the long run time for sure. But hey, maybe I think it's just me saying for sure, of course, how I felt entirely, because, hey, pretty much if I couldn't figure out some major flaws with, of course, this movie, who will? So yeah, those are what I can say for, of course, that front for sure. And pretty much on a visual standpoint, honestly, I think I really do love on the way they give off, of course, the film visually for sure. Everything from, of course, what I've actually seen to the from the color plane to the way they incorporate different sequences and stuff with some pretty nice effects. It really is something I couldn't get enough of for sure, and I think it's easily something that I think really blends into the movie perfectly for sure. So yeah, I can definitely pretty much see something similar to, of course, pretty much the stuff on the pretty much the stuff with the visuals and the effects for sure, almost on the similar lines, of course, some different aspects, and of course, pretty much one of the Pixar movies, Soul, for sure. Yeah, and if you actually know what I mean when you actually see it for yourself, I guess you'll actually get the clear picture on that. So yeah, that's what I can say on, of course, that front. And the direction in this film from the film's director, that I will have to say, I do think it actually is quite good for sure. I mean, it's not really great by all means, but I really do like the commitment the film's director did to, of course, make this movie possible for sure. And I really do admire the commitment the director of this movie actually did for sure. So yeah, and of course, the cinematography in this film, that I have to say is brilliantly well done for sure. Every single camera shot from what I've actually seen is just absolutely amazing from what I can gather, and it really is something that I really got myself investigating for sure. And yeah, when I actually see what goes on through each and every single camera shot for sure, I certainly believe that in its entirety. I really love how well planned out these shots are to actually make them possible for sure. So yeah, and of course, for the A-ing, I have to say, that too I will have to say, pretty much this film is cut up perfectly through some fantastic A-ing for sure. Whether it be, of course, for the good number of the musical numbers to, of course, some nice scenes that need to take its time to establish, of course, what goes on. That, I have to say, really did an incredible job for sure. That really got me invested for sure. So yeah, I guess with all that said and done, I think it's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alrighty. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say for sure. So yeah, overall, I am glad that I ended this year with, of course, this movie for sure, because let me tell you, it really is something that I really do admire for sure. So yeah, I guess for what it is, the color purple is just an absolute joy to me for sure, and it really is something that that is definitely a must-watch for sure if you want to cap off this year with a massive bang, like I did, which is absolutely incredible for sure. So yeah, everything from, of course, what I've actually seen, it really is something I couldn't get enough of for sure, and yeah, pretty much the hard work and determination to, of course, make this movie possible. It really is something absolutely incredible, and I really love the way on how well this movie actually turned out for sure. It really is absolutely incredible for sure, and honestly, I am glad that I actually went into, of course, this movie without any knowledge on the original film, nor even the original book, or even the Broadway musical for sure, because, excuse me, so So yeah, if I would have actually gone in with pretty much prior knowledge on, of course, all three of these for sure, I probably would have given a different reaction to, of course, this movie. But I'm glad I did it, and I find myself really enjoying it for sure. Yeah, I think it's what I can say on, of course, that front. And hey, pretty much if anything, if you actually love the original for sure, then I guess it's a good way to, of course, check this movie out just to see how it compares for sure. Because hey, it is meant to be a different interpretation for sure, and that's exactly what you're gonna get for sure. Just a different interpretation. So. But yeah, whatever the case may be, I really do enjoy this movie for what it is, and everything from what I've actually seen, it really does work perfectly for sure. I mean, technically, it's almost close to being pitch perfect, but I still think it is a great movie in its entirety, and I do highly recommend it for what it is for sure. So yeah, whether you're a fan of the original book or the original movie, or the Broadway musical, chances are, I say you're going to be in for a great time with, of course, pretty much this interpretation of this movie for sure, because let me tell you, The Color Purple will not only warm your heart and, of course, give you an absolute joyride, but, of course, it'll actually leave you dancing on the floor to some really great musical numbers for sure, to which not only makes it a really great interpretation of The Color Purple story, again, from either the original book or the original movie, but also a really great musical like, well, the Broadway musical for sure. So yeah, that's how great this movie is, and I do highly recommend it for what it is. And because of that, yep, I'm definitely proud to say that for my final score, I'm definitely giving this interpretation of The Color Purple an 8.5 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, truly a must-watch for sure, and I'm definitely glad to end this year off with a massive bang for sure. It's really given me a good time for sure, that I know hands down that you're definitely going to spend 2.5 hours of your time for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I can say on, of course, that front. Alright, and of course on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that for sure. And, well, I guess moreover, this definitely concludes all the movies that I've actually seen throughout 2023 for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything for 2023 this year, well, I mean, to be honest, I think I know I've actually had much better years for sure, but I guess in terms of what I actually thought of this year, well, I think it's a little bit more middle of the road for me in its entirety for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a lot of great stuff that had really got me going for sure to really give me something really great for sure. Well, I do felt, of course, other parts in particular, I do felt that pretty much some parts of it really didn't go my way for sure, and yeah, I guess if anything, I do wish I could have actually had more control on, of course, what I actually wanted to do, and I don't, yeah, and I guess pretty much if anything, if I would have pretty much done that with, of course, my family, I would have actually been more controlling and demanding, of course, all of that for sure, but yeah, I think that's pretty much what I could say, of course, that front for sure, but hopefully I will get better hanging for next year for sure. But I guess in terms of movies that I've actually seen this year, I'll be honest, I think it is certainly much better than last year for sure, because yeah, I guess if anything, I've actually seen a lot more of some really good movies for this year, as opposed to any of the other years for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, pretty much I did have probably a few stinkers that I've actually talked about, but mostly some of the other ones I just kind of thought were mediocre at best. pretty much some that I kind of thought were for the right reasons and are just fine flicks as they are, while others I could just easily forget about anytime soon for sure. But I'm glad that I've actually seen a lot more good movies this year for sure, as opposed to the bad ones for sure. So, but yeah, I guess it's safe to say that in terms of movies, this year actually turned out a whole lot better for sure. So yeah, and of course on that thought, I'll be really excited to see, of course, what 2024 will have to offer for sure. I mean, yeah, I guess from the lineup from what I've actually seen, we're probably not going to get much from, of course, what I've actually seen, but that may change over time, so we'll have to wait and see, of course, that front for sure. But hey, as long as it can deliver us on some really good stuff for sure that could really get me hyped and excited, I'm actually in for, of course, all that for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that up front for sure. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing what 2024 will have to offer for sure. But will any of the movies that I'll shoot to see next year be any good? Might actually top what we got for this year? It's hard to say, of course, that up front for sure, but hey, as long as, of course, it'll give us some good stuff, I'm actually in for all that for sure. And I guess on that thought, I think it'll be a good way to, of course, cap off, of course, this thoughts video for sure. So yeah, all I can say to all of you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and of course, I do have a couple questions I want to ask all of you. For starters, I guess in regards to, of course, pretty much this movie that I just talked about, what do you guys think of it? Do you think this latest interpretation of The Color Purple is really great, or do you absolutely hate it, or do you think it's actually okay for the most part? So yeah, let me know what you thought about this movie in the comment section below for sure, and to the people and to the people that are gonna type down in the comment section that they really hate this movie and feel that pretty much their hatred for this movie with nothing but racist comments, then all I can say to that front, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I think pretty much the people saying pretty much saying that this movie is bad with tons of racist comments, then you don't deserve to breathe. So yeah. But in all honesty, let me know what you thought about The Color Purple in the comment section below. I would definitely love to know, and of course, if anything, be civil, please. So yeah, I think that's what I can say for that question for sure, and yeah, I still have yet to do my favorite list for, of course, this year for sure, but I guess in all honesty, which one of the movies that I did talk about in my thoughts videos, yeah, that's another thing I want to ask. Which one of the movies during my thoughts videos that I talked about throughout the entire year for sure that you think is your favorite? Definitely let me know on what you guys think. I'm quite curious to see on what you guys think for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and moreover, thank you guys so much for watching the final thoughts video for 2023 for sure. And again, I do indeed apologize for not doing a pretty much my favorite list video on New Year's Eve this year, but don't worry, I'll be sure to, for next year, I'll get back, of course, that front for sure. I just need to think about being more demanding on, of course, that front until I get exactly what I want. Which I guess is probably the not really the best approach, but hey, it's the only approach I'm going for sure. But hey, whenever the time may come, I'll be sure to let you guys know, of course, when my list of course, my favorite movies for this year will come around, mainly after the start of the new year for sure. So yeah, definitely stay tuned Yeah, definitely stay tuned for the hack for sure. It's actually going to be something really exciting for sure. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. And moreover, I'll see you guys in 2024 next year. Get ready for some really great stuff coming up. Because if anything, I guess for what it is, yeah, I guess given to the amount of great stuff I've been putting up on this channel as of recently for sure, chances are you're going to get more of that for next year for sure. So yeah, that's what I can say on, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you in the next video, and I'll see you guys in 2024. Take care.
Big special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible. So if you want to be like these people and show your support to us and get some awesome rewards such as getting a special shoutout, credit at the end of the videos, as well as some other awesome rewards within your budget, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427 to do exactly that. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.